Seriously.
And we're late. We're real late.
Only just a little bit.
No, we're like 10 minutes late.
Okay, well, we'll be okay.
No, I told you to start it for a friggin' reason.
Ugh. Dang. Why does this... Oh, because I have to go that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you touch.
Do we want to turn that one off?
No.
It seems a little washed out.
I don't care.
Okay. We're just, talking about our lighting and stuff. Hello and welcome, everyone, to this week's podcast. It is Thursday, April the 4th, 2021. We have no April Fool's jokes for you that I'm aware of. At least I don't. I will not be playing any pranks on you. So come on in, enjoy. This is episode number 47 of the podcast. And, we're building up those podcasts. We're moving right along. Tonight's topic will be the opening of Six Flags Great Adventure, which we did attend last Saturday, March 27th. If you are new around here, please don't forget to subscribe and turn those notifications on so you are notified when we upload new content and when we go live. We do a live podcast every single week, with some exceptions, but mostly every Thursday. Yes. If you are new here, you may not know, I am Jen. This is my son, Dan. We are 1/3 of Spencer's Ventures. And so, Dan, how are you tonight?
I'm breathing.
Okay. Would you like to give us the official welcome?
It's not fun when you cue me up.
I just wish you
would do it.
To
the podcast! Yeah!
Okay, lovely. You're so loud when you do that. I feel like I always have to apologize for him to doing these ear-piercing things.
Podcast, yeah!
I do not have... Well, you know what? Real quick, because I always give you guys a vlog update. So, recently, you saw our... oh my gosh, our Magic Kingdom vlog. You saw a dining review vlog from Pinocchio Village House. And you saw our opening day Six Flags vlog. And I have just one more to do. Our travel day home from when we came back from Florida. I did some little bit of videoing of... the resort, last minute at the resort, things like that, just talking to the family about, are you sad that we're leaving, and that kind of stuff, a little bit from the plane. So just a relaxing travel back home vlog, so that will be coming to you guys very soon. I'm going to get that done because I want to get the Disney stuff done.
And more importantly, I drowned in that video, so you guys are going to have to watch that to see if I make it out alive or not.
What are you talking about? I don't remember what he's talking about.
You weren't supposed to. Just play along with it, mother. I'm trying to get us views.
We like the video. Like it, please.
Okay, yeah, I don't do that. So,
well, I think that was very obviously a joke, too.
Tomorrow, I did make a reservation for Great Adventure tomorrow. Probably just me, Paul, and Rachel will be going. JJ is with his mom for spring break. And Dan has to work tomorrow. John is working tomorrow, so... more than likely you'll see a vlog with the three of us out at the park. However, it's going to be 40 degrees tomorrow. And I might punt that whole idea just because of the cold. But we'll see. So, fingers crossed, you'll have a Six Flags vlog sometime this weekend. Along with our travel day back home vlog from Florida. So, with all of that over, do you have any specific... channel related announcements?
No.
Okay, so
before we get into that topic, though, all right, I got a little mini one to toss out there real fast.
Well, can we do our segment, even though you have nothing to add to the segment?
I could go get my part of the segment
if you would like to.
Yeah, I can go get that.
Okay, so now for the segment.
I forgot about the segment.
What are
I
you?
Actually have I have one upstairs.
We haven't settled on a final.
What's in your butt?
Yeah, we keep changing it from what are you drinking to what's in your cup. So
what's in your cup?
I don't know. I am drinking my coffee out of the Spencer's Ventures mug that I made from Shutterfly. almost always coffee with me. So the more interesting part will be, what am I drinking it out of? However, so what is in your cup tonight, or whenever it is that you're watching this? Let us know. What are you drinking? What's in your cup? What are you enjoying while you're enjoying the podcast?
I have water.
And you have a very appropriate cup. That is a Holiday in the Park cup.
Correct.
Yo, why don't you show it? Show it. It is a Holiday in the Park cup. I actually got this cup, I think, in 2018. Turn it around.
2017.
No, I didn't. I got this mug. I got 2 of them because they were $5 each. They were on sale. I got them in 2018. They were left over from 17. And I'm like, well, we went to Holiday in the Park in 2017, so let's just buy the mugs.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well,
sweet.
more importantly, time for mini topic, because I thought this was pretty funny.
Oh, our main topic will be the opening of Six Flags Great Adventure.
For whatever reason, Razer, an electronics company, who, for, again, whatever reason, divulges into the most random things, face masks, debit cards, a plushie of their main... It's weird. Anyway, they're a great company for products, so, hashtag not spawn. But yesterday, not even on April 1st, yesterday, they released an April Fool's Day joke that looked so official that I got tripped up for a second. But the product itself was very obviously a joke. So basically, they were advertising hair dye.
Mm-hmm.
That had
Moving along.
nanobots in it. That you would sync up to an app, and you could change the hair color on the fly because of the nanobots. And you would have whatever effects in your hair. Which was just absurd. They even put out like a little Instagram filter if you went to the site and then did... It was just so bizarre. And the fact that they didn't even... They did a really good job on the ad for this, and then did such a bad job with the filter. I just didn't know what to think. Anyway, so yeah, that was that. It was just odd and bizarre, and Razer, you're great. You do goofy stuff, and I'll never understand you. Speaking of which, guys, for those of you who do plan on investing in face masks, like long-term kind of a deal, you can be one and done once they come out. Look up Project Hazel. That's Razer's face mask. I'm actually probably gonna get one if they come out anytime soon, purely because it looks incredibly high quality and like pretty cool, and you can breathe in it, which you can't do with the other ones because they try to kill you. So.
Okay, one more message here as soon as I find it.
This is what we do on the podcast now. We don't actually talk. We just sit here and play on our phones for half an hour to an hour.
That's not true. In fact, if we get through our topic and talking about the opening and stuff, if we get through that pretty quickly, maybe we'll play some more trivia with
that'd be cool.
that girl over there that I don't want to say her name because then she'll start bugging us.
So yeah. Pour some sugar on me.
Nah, not right now. So we did go to the opening day at Great Adventure. We got there around noon, and we did stay all the way up until closing, a little past closing. It was a decent day. It was in the 60s, and very, very comfortable. But so let's talk about. Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say, overall impressions because to me it's just the same. It's the same park, I
have nothing to say. It was worse than I expected.
Well, okay, so the takeaway here, and what I said in the vlog, if you did not see the opening day vlog, go check that out. I said many times, it's opening day. It's opening day.
It was just,
Great Adventure definitely has, and I don't know if this is all Six Flags parks, so I'll say Great Adventure has a reputation of not doing well on opening day.
on opening week.
Yeah, I mean, but especially like opening day, because it's not like you go every day to check it out. Some people do, but
What I will say is just plain simple. It's definitely on upper management there, first of all, for someone who's worked there. Secondly, yeah, I don't know. I expect far better from them. Like,
Well,
they
here's the thing.
plummeted.
It's opening day.
Well, I have issues with them when it's not opening.
Opening weekend, opening week. And they were open all this week as well as next week, so I think that's good practice for next week when they're definitely going to be busier.
Well, here's the big thing, though. I
Mika,
one
you're
that
like right in my way.
one, yeah, that'll definitely help. The busier week there, but two, it shouldn't have to be that bad.
Well,
to
okay,
begin
but
with.
here's the thing, and you being an ex-employee at Six Flags Great Adventure, I feel like you would understand this, and I feel like you're being a little hard on them because here's the thing.
Well,
A lot of these people are brand new. Not all of them,
No.
certainly not all of them.
definitely not.
But a lot of these people are brand new, and the ones that aren't new, they're rusty. They haven't done this in 4 months, so it's
Okay, so
there's a little bit of
for the-
you got to have your training wheels.
No, for the people that have been there for a while, they do their parts phenomenally. I've actually, the only real issue I have as far as the people you actually see out in the park is the synergy between the old and new, and that just comes with time. And then the new guys, because the people that have been there forever, if they've been there for more than one consecutive season, they're fine. That 4 months isn't going to affect them. As long as they didn't
but no,
swap
I
departments.
say this because we ran into Joe
and Joe,
at Garden State Grill.
yes, he's phenomenal.
He's fantastic, but he even said, I'm sorry guys, I'm a little rusty. Of course you are. You
Oh, yeah.
haven't done this in 4 months. You're going to be
yeah.
a little rusty. I completely understand all of the hiccups. I expected mobile order to be a
But
disaster.
this is-
I should have known better and
I-
just found a place to just go inside and order. Because when we got to Garden State Grill, there was actually a sign outside that said mobile order only. So we were like, okay, whatever. So, we already had our mobile order going, and it was taking a little while. I'm like, I don't know. There's a lot of people inside waiting for their food. They must be really behind. Well, we found out that the app actually wasn't working right. But they did have our order on the
Machine.
the iPad or whatever, the tablet, I guess. And so we went in, and they actually had 2 registers open. They were taking walk-in orders, but that's not what the sign said. So, and
Well, they're probably
and Great
doing
Adventure,
that because of the app
and-
issues, first of all.
well, and Great Adventure
And
does this sort of thing all the time, where there's a sign that says this,
yeah, that's true.
but the employees do something different. They allow something different or whatever it is.
Now, part of that is because of policy, especially on smaller things,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, oh, well, just do whatever you gotta do to keep the customer happy. That's fine. A lot of it's because of, like I said, upper management. I give them 9/10 of the criticism.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if they're allowed to do this, but it's something I've pretty much always said. I don't think I ever actually said to anyone there, but I'm sure we've all been thinking it. Yeah, that rust shouldn't be there to begin with, because they should have employees coming in to do more than just their stupid tests and then leaving. They should have actual physical training like a month prior, running
okay.
and operating.
Okay, but
not,
but let's say this though. Let's remember that there's still a pandemic, and
no. Take that.
No.
Take
No,
that
no,
out of the
listen,
They
though.
should have been doing that before the pandemic. Take that out of the equation, because this is a constant. This has nothing to do with the pandemic.
Okay.
This is Six
But
Flags
I'm
just
talking
being
about
bad.
this. But I'm talking about this opening day. So
They still could have done that because they're still working
Yeah,
with
and
each
I-
other
and
shoulder to shoulder anyway.
and I get that.
So moot point. However, the other big deal for me is that stupid app that never works ever.
it actually does work.
They need
Miku,
to get
stop.
someone. Okay,
Stop. What are you doing?
she's not doing anything right now.
No, she was.
She was, but she's
Scratching.
not since you.
Stop that. Whatever you're doing, knock it off.
Anyway, oh yeah, show it off again. Woo. The bigger deal though is simply that the app does not work as well as it should, and for a company that should have tons and tons of money, they are literally putting in a whole new piece of equipment. Enough.
Well, it wasn't going to be. Look, even Disney's app has issues.
It has
Disney's
issues, but it's not.
look. Disney's
It's not subpar either.
Well, let me tell you something. Disney's IT department is notoriously horrible.
Sure.
There have been many things.
So hold them to a higher standard.
with their stuff that's like crazy. So I don't look as far as IT issues and apps and stuff like that. I can't. A lot of this stuff is relatively new, and
No.
for apps and stuff,
No.
sure they are.
No. One of the first big apps to do something like this of that nature with the tracking and all that, Pokemon Go. And that was years ago, and they nailed it. Opening is rough. However, they nailed it. My issue isn't that their app is garbage. My issue is that their app is garbage, and there's already a precedent.
Okay, well, I don't compare that to a game. though.
I'm not comparing it to the game. I'm comparing it to the feature set. I'm comparing the feature of the tracking in the app compared to the tracking feature.
Okay, so
of
then
the other
whatever
app.
software they're using to create or run the app is...
It's not necessarily that. It could just be optimization. And that's what I've suspected for a very long time. And if it is optimization, then they are lazy.
Okay, but I can say that the app during regular season tends to work just fine. I have not had a problem other than during opening. Any other time that I've put in a mobile order, it's been fine. You know, have we waited longer than we wait at Disney, let's say? Yeah, we have, because they're not as fast as Disney. They're not as efficient as Disney. I don't expect them to be Disney. So, you know, for what Six Flags is, it's fine. Like, I know that the opening day stuff was just opening day stuff. So, look, it was opening day. That's pretty much the kindest thing that I can say about opening day is it was opening day.
Like, hey, I completely get what you're saying. However, I'm not going to give them slack just because, it's opening day. That shouldn't have to be something that's said.
Well,
It comes down, basically, there's going to be two camps of people that watch this. There are going to be people that are like, yeah, it was opening day, whatever. I'm sure that'll be the vast majority. But then there are going to be people that want actual quality out of opening day and are going to
But
say
from Six Flags?
from anywhere. If you can't do it right, then don't do it. And that, this is a particularly gamer mindset, sure, because a lot of gaming companies, they'll do something one way, and that sets the bar. If you can't meet that bar, that minimum requirement, don't put it out. Don't do it. Because we will not just refuse to buy your garbage. We will tell you about yourself and send you packing home, and possibly, if it's horrendous, just tell...
Well, I mean, I look at it
just
this way.
ban the product.
we pay like $150 for 6 memberships, 6 Diamond Elite memberships, and 6 meal plans for it's the deluxe one, the lunch, dinner, and snack. $150 a month. That's all we pay.
Cool.
So,
Well, all right. So
you know,
one-
you
one
get
more
what
thing-
you pay for.
One more thing. I'll
Like,
give you.
I'm not,
one
I'm
more
just
thing I'll give
not
you-
that. I know that now when we go tomorrow, who knows? It probably won't be crowded, which means I doubt that we're going to run into a whole lot of issues.
Here's another thing I'll say real fast, just to give you a little bit of a leeway.
But can I finish my sentence, though?
Go for it.
But I expect that as we go throughout the year, things will get better and better and better. To me, Six Flags Great Adventure hits its peak during Fright Fest season. That's when they hit their peak. That's when they are on it. That's just the way that I feel. It is what it is. It just is what it is.
So, another thing I kind of thought about when you mentioned that, one, I would kind of assume their numbers would be similar to Fright Fest opening day, so I'm surprised the app doesn't run into issues then. But secondly, maybe it's a server issue, in which case they just need to up their server game just a little bit, just enough to where it can actually contain that, because it is an issue. However, one thing I won't always complain about is them not giving me more for the same price, i.e. the meal thing. Miku,
She's doing
I'm
something.
gonna make Chinese food.
No, you're not. Whatever you're doing, knock it off.
The meal plan, I think it'd be nice if, you could exchange a meal credit for 2 snack credits or something of that nature. Although I don't see that as a, minimum bar. The only place that I know of that does that is Disney. Everywhere else, that's their premium feature.
Well,
so to speak.
Well, I've heard of people getting it done. But I don't know. Not quite sure if that's really the norm or if that was just a courtesy.
Probably a courtesy.
And it doesn't really matter to me.
I just think it'd be nice, especially because of the circumstance I was actually in on opening day. I had meal credit and a snack credit, and I went up to the thing, and I'm like, I really wish I could get like 2 churros right now. Oh, I can only get 1. So that'd be nice, but like I said, it's not a requirement.
Hey,
why?
Miku, we're doing the podcast. Lay down. Sorry, she's following Tigger, and Tigger is not happy with that situation. So I'm sure you heard Tigger, having a fit, and Miku being bad. Miku, come here, sit. Okay, now you wait there. You good girl. You lay down. That's a good girl. Yeah, she's a good girl. She's gonna lay right there.
Tigger, why are you gonna antagonize her?
Hi, Tigger. Look, Tigger is now our backdrop.
Anyway.
In fact, eventually, I am going to be working on this backdrop. I just didn't have time to do it.
Anyway.
But yeah, I want it to...
More importantly, though...
be interesting.
More importantly, back to the...
I do want to talk about some of the additions that we saw.
Go for it.
Okay, so we saw... Now, I don't know if this is... I don't know if it was only for opening weekend, opening weeks, maybe the opening weeks, or if this is something that periodically we're going to see these food trucks. But there were
permanently. 4 at least.
4 food trucks?
I'm pretty positive, because there's one that replaced the Dippin' Dots one. There's the one, the 2 right by the carnival area, and then there's...
Wait, what are you talking about? There was the
empanada, twisted steak,
empanada guy,
the cupcake,
and the cupcake.
Yeah, there was 3. You're right.
So there were just 3. So there was what was the name of those cupcakes? Oh my gosh, I forget. That's in the vlog, though. That's in the vlog, because I did buy some cupcakes. Yes, they were expensive.
I did really want to try the empanada place.
So empanada guy was there, and Twisted Steaks was there. And the cupcake place, and I can't remember the name of it, and I totally apologize for that, but it is in our vlog. You can go check that out. The cupcakes were expensive. I did buy 6 of them. I wanted to try them. I am the type of person, I love a good cake. I love probably the buttercream icing is what I love.
Actually-
But I knew that I wanted to try cupcakes because it's not something that Great Adventure has. And I like something different like that, not just your normal theme park stuff. I like something a little different. Like at Disney, you can usually get a specialty cupcake, and I like that sort of thing. So I bought the 6 cupcakes. They were expensive. It was $24 for 6. Not going to lie, that was expensive, and I think it was too expensive for those cupcakes. The cupcake itself was maybe only this high. It was not high.
It was twice that.
No, it was not. Did you even have one?
Yes.
Okay, well, the ones that I had were about, okay,
That
maybe
thick, yes.
maybe like that. They should have been a little thicker, in my opinion. I thought
They're
was
also doing it out of a food truck. So
right.
that's
I
kind of
also thought that there was plenty of icing, a little more cake, and I would have been right all in on that.
Now,
They were absolutely delicious. Next time, like tomorrow, if the Twisted Steak place is there, I think I want to try one of those and check it out. Or maybe I'll switch it up and go to Empanada Guy. I'm not sure. But I would like to try that since they're there.
Now, to add on to what you were saying, all 3 trucks really kind of offer something different. Maybe not the Twisted Steak Guy, just because you do kind of have the cheesesteak place.
Yeah, but it's
But it is
a
different.
cheesesteak inside
And-
a pretzel.
Yeah.
I mean,
get
that's
it.
that's kind of amazing.
But something I just kind of realized, I wonder if they were kind of the food trucks were working up to getting in the park this whole time, because they are outsourced and they're not
Yeah, I understand that.
So my thing is, they're doing their thing and they're like, hey, do you mind, now that we have this relationship from being at events for so long, if we just went into the park? And I bet that's what happened there.
But I'm sure that they have other events. However, some of them may have been canceled.
The point in me saying that, though, I wonder if that means they're going to stay throughout the whole season, not just in rotation. That would be incredible.
It would be awesome if they stayed all season.
And something I want
The thing is, though, is you really can't be there during Fright Fest. Fright Fest
be the one time
is
they're gone.
way too crowded.
That'd be the one time they're gone.
Yeah.
And that's not that big of a deal. They might even leave them in the parking lot at that point,
Although I will
would
say this,
be cool.
I will say this, as long as they could put them over in the catering area for Fright Fest.
Or just leave one out.
But then they would have to,
something like that.
because I really, really enjoyed Holiday in the Park this past year, and you have to bring back the tent with the kettle corn and the frozen banana, chocolate covered banana, and those churros.
Well, the churros are at that one place
Yeah,
now.
but I
And
really enjoyed that
Oh,
one
I agree.
stand,
I
just
agree.
having
No,
it
that
right
one stand
there.
was phenomenal.
It was so good. That needs to come back.
By the way, everything that I've been complimenting about Six Flags is stuff they outsourced. Just saying.
Yes,
'Cause-
but
It's better than what they can do.
Six Flags still, they're providing the people. So
Yeah.
I don't have a problem.
not
I don't
for
have
the
a
food
problem.
trucks.
Yeah, but I don't have a. Yeah, they are. They're supplying the people to purchase from the food trucks. If they're,
Oh, yeah, to
'cause they're
purchase
in,
from.
Yeah, they're in the park, and you have to pay to get into the park.
Yeah, I thought
In
you were
order
talking
to do
about
that,
to work
they
at
could
the food
they
truck.
could literally, like, all season if they want, they could put food trucks over near Joker where Mary Marketplace usually is. They could stash food trucks all in there if
That'd
they
be
want.
sick.
Usually
one
when
thing
they
that'd
do a festival of some sort, they have all the food trucks over in Movie Town.
Hold
but
on.
they could also, like I said, they could easily put them over in the catering
Wait,
area.
hold on. Time out. I just struck genius, and this goes into what I've been saying the whole time that Six Flags needs to do for Fright Fest, at the very least, and will keep the food trucks around. So you get at least one of them over by Joker, and you kind of like paint it up or whatever to look rummaged. And then you just have Joker and his goons acting like they just smashed this thing to bits, and you get an empanada out of a destroyed food truck. No, that is thematically incredible, and you can't tell me otherwise. That would be how you do that. And so not only do you have scenery, but you have incredible food coming out of your scenery. Tell me I'm wrong.
You have gone off the rails, my son.
No, that was a very simplistic idea. It just had a lot of words in it.
Off the rails.
All you have to do is like throw a camo net over top the thing.
The train has derailed. Anyway,
Anyway,
I like the fact that there were a couple of food trucks there. I liked that. Now,
That was the
yes,
one
we did choose to use our meal plan, which turned out to be not the best idea in the world. Let me tell you.
you know, I will say.
So I
almost
do
felt more
want to
inviting.
try I do want to try the food trucks. And I think this weekend I might have a few extra dollars that I could give it a try with the food trucks.
You know what?
Oh, I want to remind everybody, Great Adventure is now 100% cashless. So if you're going somewhere, even the food trucks are requiring cashless payment. And there was a sign at the cupcake truck that said, no cash or cashless payment or whatever, park rules. So, so everywhere you go. And if you didn't know that and you get to the park or you're sending your teenagers out or whatever and you're handing them cash, there are machines that you can convert that cash to a card. You can just put it in there.
Yeah, it's a little Visa.
And
rechargeable.
And I think there's at least 2 of those machines around.
There's one up by the carnival.
There's one over by Boardwalk.
Yeah.
There's one at Boardwalk. The other one is somewhere in that little Main Street area, but I'm not 100% sure where.
Probably up by the debit machine.
Yeah, I think it might be there.
They might have replaced the debit machine.
But I don't remember seeing it. So
actually, that makes sense if they replaced the
they
debit.
might have done that. Yeah. So definitely remember, if you are heading out to Great Adventure, they are all cashless now.
Another note on the food trucks real fast. Now that I'm like kind of thinking about the walk-in, it almost felt more inviting, but more cluttered.
What?
The having the food trucks there.
Yeah, I think the places that they had the food trucks
Were questionable.
It was not. They were not. I didn't think they were really good places for the food trucks.
I like where the empanada one was.
That one wasn't too bad. But the Twisted Steak one, it was right before you got to the carousel.
Cornered at
Yep,
that.
it was right before you got to the carousel. So it was already kind of in a narrow pathway. But even if they do bring them in often this year, I don't think they'll put them in those same places. I think I don't know. Wasn't sure about that.
I could see them changing maybe that spot, that Twisted Steak spot only. And then the only thing they change is which food trucks go in and out. Like every 3 months you get a new.
I also wanted to let you guys know, we did mention this. Crud. I did want to mention this. Sorry, I have to answer this. So I want to say this about opening day. We had a fantastic time. We really, really did. But it was opening day, and it was not without its issues. However, we still had a great time. We had a great attitude about it. And I think the takeaway is, not only was it opening day and it's opening weekend, it's the beginning of the season, but it is what you make it. And if you have a good attitude, you pack your patience, you pack your fun attitude, you have a good attitude, you're going to have a good time, and you're going to let those things just roll off your back and be a little understanding, and just have a good time. Life is too short to get upset about silly things. It really is. So, if there's something you want to add, I really need to answer this. This is important.
I mean, I don't know. Overall, it was a okay day at best, really. Just objectively. I don't know. It was Six Flags. What do you expect? Honestly, it's not Disney. It's not. I haven't even been to Hershey, but I'll probably say Hershey's better if I had gone. I'd probably say that. Like, I don't see many people saying Six Flags is the best thing since sliced bread. Like, it isn't. But it's something to do. I don't know. I just kind of wish they had their stuff together this time around. There's really no excuse, but they should be able to fix that up. And I do find it odd because everyone knows opening day is like the worst day to go, besides the crowds. So I just everyone was still complaining.
But when you're anxious and excited to
finally
get there again,
no,
I will always try to go on opening day or at least opening weekend, especially because
but my thing is like everyone knew that, but there were still like tons of people complaining.
Right, but our I'll say my hobby, I don't want to say our job, it's not really our job, but my hobby is this channel. So of course I'm going to get out there for opening day and vlog it for you guys and all that. So I'll always go opening day.
Yeah. Yeah, and that that is one upside at least, for us is the
I need to find. So I wanted to update you guys on here. So, okay, we noticed that like right away, that the normal smoking areas were no longer there. Now,
right.
It was a bit of a surprise, and most people we noticed were still smoking in those areas. They were all kind of looking around.
And no one would tell them
like
otherwise.
Yeah, and no employees said anything. Now, it
wasn't like there was no employees around. There was at one point where
a few walked by.
Through
it and so who knows? And I actually saw one person. I was a little disappointed about this, but I did see one person walking through the park smoking.
No, that's kind of trashy.
That was not cool. It's like, okay, I get it that you don't know where the smoking areas are right now because they were taken away, but you're not even near one right now. Like they were in front of the big wheel walking by. I'm like, dude, the old smoking area is right over here, not that far. Take your butt over there and light it up. And I say dude, but it was actually a girl. So dudette, really? Like don't that's just rude. At least
we're in the
try
80s now.
At least try to be courteous. Try to follow the rules. Don't just go walking through the park smoking a cigarette. Like give me a break. So that kind of bothered me when I saw that, and I'm usually not like that, but when it comes to something like smoking, there have been designated smoking areas everywhere for years now. You can't smoke in restaurants now. You have to go outside. There are, this is a no smoking premise except where it's in designated smoking areas. It very clearly says there are designated smoking areas. Find them and just go to an old one. That's what we did. We went to an old one. There were no butt cans and we were just like, well, there's somebody else here. Let's just go for it. Nobody seemed to know. Employees were walking by and not saying anything.
Yeah, that was the most bizarre part.
Then we found... So we went to another one, like later in the day.
Yeah.
That wasn't one anymore. So we found a corner where one used to be during Fright Fest and went over there. And a couple of people came in and we had talked to them and said, hey, what's up with the smoking area? They said, we found one by Joker.
Yep.
So we went over there to check it out. So it's by the lakeside. It is where Mary Marketplace is, and but off to closer to the lake path there. So we thought there was only one. Then I'm walking around because we couldn't find a map. I couldn't get anything. It wasn't, smoking areas were not on the map in the app, so that was a problem. We just had the worst time finding it. And so as I'm walking through with Rachel in Movietown, the members terrace that was for members only, where you could charge your phone and sit and chill out. Okay. Cool little perk, whatever. I would rather have a members lounge that's indoors somewhere personally.
What would be really nice is if, just on that note for a moment.
Could I just finish? So they turned the members terrace into a smoking area. I'm perfectly fine with that. Like whatever. As long as I have a place to chill, I don't care. So those were the only 2 we saw. Then I heard later there are 2 more, and I'll tell you where those are as soon as this one's done with his thought. Goodbye.
What would be really cool is if they just closed down one of the 2 arcades, preferably the one over by Teacups, and they just made that area like a members
members
lounge.
area with
Just like anything.
with
for
like
that
drinks and stuff. Well,
Just-
yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people use it as a cut through.
Yeah, which is,
But I don't know. I guess it wouldn't be that big of a deal
No.
for I mean, the majority of the people that go to the
And
park, except
technically-
for dead of summer.
And technically, if they really had to, and people complain that much, there's a little cut through area that they could open up on a moment's notice.
Mm-hmm.
It's technically for employees, but it's an empty building pretty much. They could just have a funnel.
Okay, so the other 2 smoking areas. Now, supposedly there's one over by the cars, the what do you call them? The go-karts, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, John and I looked there, and there was a huge seating area, but we didn't see anybody smoking. We didn't go all the way up to it, but the map, somebody sent me a map. Somebody from Facebook sent me a map and said, hey, I found 4 areas. The map shows it there. So supposedly that's one, and then the other one, on the other side of El Toro. Now, we walked past there. See, but there's buildings here. Is it over here? Like near this? It looks like it's over here, right?
Let me see the thing.
It looks like it's over kind of by the bridge. We walked through there.
By the bridge.
Okay, so we walked through there, and if you saw the vlog, you saw that I got distracted by that bird when we were walking over the bridge. I did not see a smoking area there. I saw a mask break area, but no, I didn't see it. Apparently somebody on Facebook said they saw it, so maybe I'm just a little blind.
It's probably off to the right.
But somewhere over there,
There's that little pocket.
yeah, but that little pocket, I looked specifically there because there's a
Gotcha.
blue section that used to be a smoking area,
Mhm.
and it says mask break area. That's what the sign said. So I don't know. I don't know if there are 2 smoking areas now or 4 or 3. Who knows? I don't know.
Okay.
But that's where they're at.
Supposedly.
So the 2 for sure we know.
Yeah, the 2 for sure.
The one down by the lake off to the side of Joker near Mary Marketplace, and the one, the old Members Terrace is now a smoking area.
Honestly, it helps so much if they got characters into that park that were not Looney Tunes themed.
But that's what they own.
They also own DC and
Well, here's the problem
Warner
with that.
Brothers.
But here's the problem with face characters. A, they have to pay them more. B, they have to be able to fit the costume.
Mm-hmm.
And, they have to be good actors.
Okay.
And I think that
I guess-
they, honestly, I don't think they can afford that kind of talent. I've seen Batman and Wonder Woman. The year that Wonder Woman opened, they had Batman and Wonder Woman appearing. Literally, it was just for a couple of weeks, maybe a month tops. That was it. Or maybe they were only there one weekend. And it's like, if you brought those characters out, like, it's so funny to me because during...
They can do it.
Yeah, well...
It's not that they don't...
And you know what? And you're correct. They can do it.
And
because during Christmas you have these characters
the princesses and they're not even real characters.
You have these characters out there that you made up that don't they made up these characters.
With actual backstories at
right.
that.
It's funny that they actually have backstories. I mean,
I'll
it's
give
very
props.
creative. It's very good. However, if you can have those outdoor and holiday in the park, then there's no reason why you can't have Batman, Wonder Woman walking around.
And heck, for Holiday in the Park, have all those characters that you normally have, and then just toss in Mr. Freeze at random.
Well, they do have Jack Frost.
Yeah, but Mr. Freeze is more villain.
Yeah, no, I get that.
It'd just be a variety.
It would be good if they took some of the DC characters, even if it was only Batman and Wonder Woman.
Or heck,
and
you guys
had them
also have Mortal Kombat characters. Do you know how many kids you would have paying for those pictures?
But listen, even if it was only Batman and Wonder Woman, if
Or-
those were the only two DC characters you had, you put them over there in front of Justice League and there is so much space out there. You
Yeah.
can have them doing a meet and greet over there.
Actually, that's
during Holiday in the Park, they can have Santa hats on. Done. Like, really easy.
That's a whole nother thing. Like, there are some really, even though they're face characters, they're very simplistic face characters. Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, Green Lantern. They're just basically people with
right.
fake abs.
Right.
They're the
and I mean,
size
you
of my
could,
head.
and you could easily have, like, okay, so you could have, you wouldn't even have to do them together. Have Batman near his ride. Have Wonder Woman near her ride.
Right.
Have them all right at their rides. Even Joker.
That's...
Like, even if you had DC Weekend and you had...
Dude,
them.
okay.
Six Flags, listen to us. We have all of the ideas. I really think it would be great to have
That
some
would be
DC
incredible.
characters out there, and not just the Looney Tune characters. I think your DC characters are going to draw more people.
Your DC characters will draw in the people, and the Looney Tunes characters will get the pictures secondarily. And by the way, they're almost never out anyway.
Yeah,
Like,
Daffy was out this
and
weekend.
when they are out, they're only by the fountain. Spread them out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spread them
only
out.
by the. Yeah, definitely spread them out. Have them in some different places
And
would be great.
Again, you don't. It's not like you don't have areas to hide them for like changing and whatever. You do. Just please heed advice once.
Yeah. I think that. I think
Especially
that
Joker.
having. I really think that having. I am thinking. I am thinking in the way more and more that you need to have the DC characters. Whatever, a couple times a year. Now, granted, during Fright Fest, you can totally leave them out. Leave all the characters out during Fright Fest. Just boom, gone. But I think for Christmas,
Other than like maybe the villains, because that's another story. I can understand that they're literally there to wreak havoc, especially in the case of someone like Joker, who is literally an agent of chaos.
depending on
The version.
well, and it also depends on, like something like Joker. If you're going to have Joker in front of Joker, if that's going to be a scare zone, you almost can't have Joker meeting and greeting over there.
You can if you just put the cell block area over there instead. You'd have to move an area, which nobody would complain about.
I do think that during Fright Fest you leave it go because you have enough character interaction with all the ghouls and everything. I think there's enough of that. But
Actually, no, that's why I was about to backtrack on that for a second.
okay, so even if you leave out the characters like all season long, leave DC out all season long, unless you're going to have a DC comic weekend, which I know you guys do usually have a Comic-Con, but last year didn't because of COVID. That probably will happen this year. However, even if you leave out the DC characters meet and greets all year long, bring them in for Holiday in the Park. Holiday in the Park will freaking explode if you bring these characters out dressed
will.
up for Christmas. You gotta do is put a scarf and a Santa hat on them.
Now, don't get me
Good to
wrong.
go.
I agree that it would blow it up. I just don't think there's most characters from the DC franchise. I don't think there's a good way to execute that for Holiday in the Park if you're leaving the other characters out, especially if you're leaving the other characters out.
What do you mean?
It'd be kind of weird, like the princesses.
Oh no, you wouldn't leave them out. You would put them over in Movie Town, over by Justice League.
Well, no.
They would
I'm just
be over
saying
there.
In general, it'd be a little weird to have that juxtapose. I'm Batman. Hi, little girl.
But they wouldn't be anywhere near each other.
It doesn't matter.
They
I'm
wouldn't
saying
be
like
near
just
each other.
seeing them in the park it'd be a little weird. Again, that's also just in thought, but
But they can definitely meet and greet
I also think it'd have to be
Outside-
phenomenal.
I think it would
execution
be-
for certain characters.
I think it would be great to have them meet and greet right outside of Justice League. You have those steps there and everything, and you know, you can rotate them. Hey, they can stay. They can do a half-hour shift. Leave them out there for a half an hour. Then comes the next character and the next character.
By the way, you know, since we're giving you the idea and all for the character meet and greet thing that I'm sure you haven't thought about at all, you know, hit me up for Joker. I'll lose the beard and whatever else I got. I want it.
This hair is
I
driving me
know.
nuts.
I want it. Like, you set that aside for me. I got like, you don't even have to pay me. Just give me
you would
some
probably
food.
have to lose a few pounds too. You need
just,
to be a
just
little more
bit. Just a
little
bit.
more slender there, son.
But I have the voice for it.
So well,
I'll dye my hair. I don't care.
well, I mean, you know, I do think so. We really got off the track here. The train has derailed because we were talking about opening day, and if you're just joining and you missed all of that, like, go back to the beginning and listen to the whole thing. But yeah, we kind of like got off on the train has derailed for sure. But I would like to see some DC characters
And like
out
I
there.
said-
I really think
like
that would be good, and you can still keep your Looney Tunes characters
And
out.
not only that, no, replace the Looney Tunes characters with Scooby-Doo characters. You have those rights. You are owned by Warner Brothers. Those
they?
are their characters. Yeah, Warner Brothers is Scooby-Doo.
Really?
Yes. And on top of that, since you have them, like I said, replace, you know, certain characters with them. And then over by Nitro, put Scorpion and Sub-Zero. That's all you have to do for Mortal Kombat. You play that theme up there 24/7. It's giving me a migraine. Please just do something about that.
You know what? I heard, because we didn't get to go to Nitro. Nitro was a ridiculously long line. I took one look at it and thought maybe I would die. So we didn't go on it, but I heard reports that they changed the Nitro station music.
I'll kill them.
That's what everybody has said too. They're like,
I-
no, they can't do that. It's against the law. It's
you
not
have
allowed.
to have the Mortal Kombat theme on.
It really is a good theme. It's a good theme for yeah. It's a good theme for Nitro for sure.
Although, if you do bring it back, do me the favor and leave in the Mortal Kombat to the actual thing.
So, okay, since the train completely derailed. I mean, at least we were still on the Great Adventure subject.
Yeah.
But I'm going to derail us a little bit further. So I needed a new mouse for this laptop.
Okay,
I don't
cool.
mind using the trackpad. I'm just not as fast with it as I am a mouse. I'm so used to a mouse. So I had Dan pick me up a new mouse. What is this called? Logitech,
That's the brand, yeah.
right? So it's a really pretty mouse. It's so pretty.
It actually looks orange.
It
on the
looks
camera.
orange on this, but it's actually red. It is a true red. It looks orange there. It's
That
very
is
strange.
bizarre.
It is bizarre. So I opened the package just before we went live, and the USB thing is supposed to be right here. Well, I cut this across the top, and I, pulled this out so it would come out, and I pulled this out, and I never saw or heard the USB drop. I looked everywhere. I opened it up in the kitchen. I didn't go anywhere. I stood right there. I looked and I looked and I looked. I still don't see it. I mean, I'm hoping it turns up, but I don't see it. So I cannot use my mouse. So I had to have Dan get his, but you can apparently get a replacement USB. So I went on Amazon and I ordered one. So hopefully I'll have that on Sunday. And when I get it, I'll see if it works. If it doesn't work, I'm probably just going to go buy a new mouse because I already threw out my old one because it was so horrible. It kept losing connection. So I would be able to use it for a few minutes. But as soon as you hit the cord, it said, nope, I don't recognize you anymore. So I had to keep unplugging it and plugging it back in. It was kind of funny. So yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
those are my mouse woes.
Back to Six Flags.
Okie dokie.
what other properties does Warner Brothers actually have? Because I know they have Scooby-Doo, I know they have Looney Tunes, I know they have DC, I know they have...
I don't know.
I feel like there's some... Do they have Indiana Jones somehow? Like maybe the game rights to it, so therefore it's like a joint thing? Do they have any portion of that?
I don't think so.
Because I'm still wondering how Six Flags plays that music without any trouble.
Who knows? Six Flags plays a lot of copyrighted music that they must... This is what I'm thinking, is that they probably pay for a certain...
Playlist.
Like a music playlist. Yeah. And they have been playing the same playlist for I can't even tell you how long. Every single area, it is the same songs over and over and over. And let me say something about Six Flags' music.
Once in a while, though, they have to do it. They do have to add certain songs, song by song, though, because once in a while there'll be a new song that comes out, and they're like, "I do kind of want that, though. You guys might. I want that one."
So I mean, they must be paying for it somehow. But if it's copyrighted and it's not supposed to be, they'll get in trouble eventually. But
or never.
But here's the thing. So let's discuss Six Flags Great Adventure music loop tracks. What we'll call them music loops, because they are on a loop for sure. Can we just get rid of those and just play ambiance music? Because let me tell you, the music by El Toro in that area, that Spanish feeling area,
it adds to the area.
It's just instrumental, fun music, and it's not blaring your earballs out.
You know what we should do? You
can play just instrumental background music, and they don't seem to understand that background music is supposed to be in the background. It's not supposed to be blaring your eardrums out when you're walking past the speaker.
I think they do understand that. It's just other music isn't really meant to be that. It's supposed to be the park.
Yeah, it's just
the park doesn't have any life in it.
What I can say is that, guys, can we just get rid of the music? Like, okay. If you want to play like all of the other music with the words, I can't even think of some of the music, the songs that they play right now. But like over in the Frontier area, they play all this country music.
Actually, that is a lot of fun, though.
I don't mind country music. I like country music.
That is the one area I might allow them to leave actual music, just lower the volume a smidge.
But it would be better if it was just instrumental.
Maybe instrumental to those music. Songs.
Yeah, take out the words, though. Like, just because it kind of... But if you want to have... If you want to have worded songs, put it in the boardwalk area where it's supposed to be more like a
carnival,
a party.
That actually makes sense. Yeah,
that would make sense.
One thing I will say though, it does help as an employee with at least if you know the songs in the area you're in, unless if it's the kiddie area because they only play 7 songs and I'm going to kill them. That was actual nightmare. But I do remember, like, I'd be on Mine Train, and Chicken Fried would come on, and I'm like, all right, this is pretty good. I enjoy this.
Oh, I like Chicken Fried. I like that song. I do like that song.
And that would come on while I'd be working Mine Train. I'm like, all right, well, I'm just doing this now.
I mean, I don't know, like...
I think that is the one area where you could leave worded songs besides Carnival. Just
maybe.
Because somehow the country really does add to the Western feel, even though it shouldn't. At least for me.
At least because it is country Western music. Yeah. Like, I guess it works. And I understand over in the Movie Town area, you're playing movie themes. But... the movie themes you're playing, they're not even your movies.
Yeah, they're not your movies, and they're not...
And it's not like it's Batman and music,
they're not always recognizable either. Like, once in a while we've heard, like, 1 or 2 songs where we're like, what is this even from?
Well, I've recognized quite a few, and if I listen long enough, I know what they're from, but...
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going... There are some things that I question. Why are you playing that? The theme from Star Wars?
Like Indiana Jones.
Well, that's over in
No, that's in that area too. I'm 95% sure I've heard it over in Movie Town.
The only time I've ever heard it is
Okay.
at Runaway Mine Train.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I've heard it.
I mean, Runaway
there,
Mine
too.
Train. It's kind of funny that they play it there.
Yeah, that is. Pretty funny.
and I kind of feel like in a way that it works.
Yeah, if it's specific to that ride, I would not want that throughout the whole area. I just couldn't deal with it.
No, just the ride. But
Why will
I don't know. The absolute best themed area, including the music, and I say this because the music fits, is definitely the El Toro area. It's all Spanish themed.
Agreed.
It's perfect.
Although-
And the other area that
I
works
wish
with
you'd
its
expand
music,
it just a smidge. Just make it a little bit bigger because it does feel really small
yeah,
for where the music is playing. It'd be really nice.
yeah.
I don't know
However,
what they could do there.
the other area that works really well with its music, great, and this is what I mean, that area, the El Toro area, and Wild Walkway.
I was gonna say Wild Walkway.
That
has something
area,
like that.
when you're there by the seals and the cheetahs,
Mhm.
that music is wonderful for that area. And that's what I mean by background music. Just nice instrumental, some background, something.
And
Ambiance,
don't
man. Just
have
give
like
us some
40,
ambiance.
Don't have like 40 tracks for each area either. No one will have like 5 because no one's gonna be there through all 5 more than once. It's just
Maybe.
not. If they're like 3 to 5 minutes long each,
Mhm.
that's 25 minutes worth of music.
Right.
No one's there for more than 25 minutes. It just doesn't happen.
And I don't really know what you could do for the movie town area. I understand why it's all stuff from movies.
I know exactly what you can do. Make it movie themes that work for the area. It's all Batman and Justice League. There's
Right.
nothing else over there.
Right.
Do please either add a different ride. I would not be upset if you got rid of that stupid little Batman kiddie ride. If you got rid
The Dark Knight?
I love it. Don't get me wrong. But I would
Dark
not be,
Knight has to stay.
I would not be upset if you just rebranded it. Because first of all, that show isn't playing anymore. So there goes.
Well, you
all
already
the
have
story.
Batman the Ride, so I would
That's what
not
I'm
have
saying.
I would not have a problem with you rebranding
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight.
That's
and
what I'm saying.
keeping the same ride,
Because then-
but rebrand it and redecorate inside there. For the love of God, in The Dark Knight, could
And-
you please put some damn props back in there? Come on.
And do not make it Green Lantern or Superman. You have
No.
those on the other side of the park.
Yeah, don't
okay,
do that.
listen here.
What about the
sweet-
Flash?
That might be okay. But listen here, sweetheart. Right now you got Justice League, which is all the superheroes from your roster that people give a crap about. And then you got Batman, Cyborg, and the other one.
Wonder
So-
Woman.
Yeah. So fix one of those, all right? And then you can actually have different music playing other than just Batman sounding garbage. Because, again, I enjoy Batman. It's
What about
fun character.
lines from the movies playing throughout?
That could be cool if it was over the ambiance music. Just once in a while, it's the Batman theme, and then right in the middle of the theme, you hear, "Why so serious?"
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool. That would be proper.
And it would be cool. I mean,
And-
there's got to be like.
One more thing I do have to point out.
Mhm.
Speaking of ambiance, what's going on over by the Joker ride? Because I'm just starting to notice it for whatever reason. But those wanted posters, they're not written by the Joker, but the things that they did as crimes are retarded.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So they have wanted posters for like Killer Croc, Scarecrow, and they're written by whatever company, whatever fictitious company. They actually have it on there, and it's like, oh, this person's this tall, these eyes, whatever, and then punishment for, and for Scarecrow specifically, this is what got me on it. It says, tried to cure Crow's hiccups. It's not written by the Joker. So why is that? Why did you put the joke there? That doesn't make... I get it, it's right by the Joker ride. but there's no sign on that poster that I've
Well, I'll
seen.
have to look next time I'm there.
I'll
That's
take-
something that I haven't
I'll take
looked
a
at.
closer look next time, because I did take a quick glance.
Mhm.
It wasn't. But if that wasn't written on there by the Joker, why would you put such a garbage joke? It's not funny.
Okay, so anyway, I think we've destroyed them enough on their
Oh.
ambiance or lack of ambiance music. Now, what's funny to me is that I love the ambiance of the park in general, but there are times where I'm going,
Oh, I hate the
this
general
music-
ambiance.
well, I'm going like, but I feel like there are times where the music in certain areas actually ruins that.
No, it's funny because for me it's the exact opposite. I can't stand the general ambiance because it's so dead and dreary, kind of like DC, and so therefore, I hear the music with the lyrics. I'm like, oh, at least I can enjoy this, I guess. Like it's at least it's something for me.
There are certain songs that are like feel good,
Oh, yeah,
summery type songs.
Well, I also know every song that plays in that park.
Well, and I know the majority of them too because I've been there so much. But
So if I know a song,
there,
I'm gonna
right. There
know
are
it.
some that I'm like, oh yeah, this is kind of fun, whatever. But it just feels. It almost feels at times.
Carnival-y.
Yes, thank you. Feels like a carnival. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I
Is that
don't like that.
feels like a carnival atmosphere, and the only place that should feel like a carnival atmosphere is the
in
boardwalk.
the carnival. Yeah.
Well, is the boardwalk area.
Well, in that little area leading up to it, which is, I guess, technically still Boardwalk, where they have all those games going all the way up to the cheesesteak place. 'Cause
Yeah.
it is kind of like a little...
Yeah, that is
V
boardwalk.
or-
Yeah,
yeah.
that's boardwalk. I consider boardwalk to kind of start at the carousel
Yeah,
and then move over into the L area.
I consider that like the warm-up to Boardwalk,
Yeah.
and then there's actual Boardwalk.
but I feel like that's the only place that it should feel like we're in a carnival.
And not for nothing. You know what? We need to sit down.
And please, and let me reiterate again. I love the park. I love going to the park. I have a great time. There are just certain things that once in a while really bugs me, and the background music isn't really background music. It's like, please change it.
And I guess I should clarify this because I do a decent amount of hounding on them. I adore the park. That's why I give it such a hard time. If I didn't give a crap, I wouldn't say something.
Oh, next time we get out to the park, which is hopefully tomorrow, if it's not super freezing, I'm still gonna go. There's some new Jersey Devil merch that I will be showing you guys. I'm thinking about doing. There are some new. Oh, that's something I forgot to tell you guys. There are a couple of new stores, a couple of changes, and things like that. So I want to make sure that I show you guys these new stores, show you the kind of merch that they have. I'm thinking about just doing an entire merch video, but it may also be, hey, I'm going to show you these two stores, and the next time I'll show you something else. I'm not 100% sure yet, but you are going to be seeing merch on the channel. It's Six Flags merch on the channel, what they have, especially the new Jersey Devil merch, because it's awesome looking.
Now, that having been said, we can continue with the topic. I'm fine with that.
Absolutely.
I think we should sit down, have some general thoughts, and make a full-on video talking to Six Flags about what they could improve on.
Okay.
Because I think, at the very least, we have people that care enough that they would probably signal boost it, and I'm sure CJ would signal boost it if he agrees. If he agrees with the points.
Yeah. I wouldn't put specific people's names out there.
Yeah.
Please don't do that.
But if we could, you know, we might be able to signal boost it, and if Six Flags sees that enough people actually agree, if something might change.
And I don't know, like, look, I don't know how their background music situation works. Like, maybe they paid for a lifetime supply of these music loops. Maybe they played, hey, we get this for 20 years or 30 years, and
I think
and it's already paid for, so they're going to use it. I get that. But if you have to keep playing the same music, could you at least not over by El Toro? By El Toro, the volume of the music is perfect, and it is perfect music. So leave that.
Yes.
But in other areas, you gotta turn it down, man. You walk past and it's like, what the heck? Why are you screaming at me? It's bad.
There are other... Honestly, if they did everything that we've suggested, I would have no issue starting a GoFundMe
Yeah.
to crowdsource. I will start every crowdsource possible because it'd be worth it. That I'd have no issue paying more if those were implemented all at the same time, granted. Because we're not talking insane. We're not saying, hey, get rid of 3 roller coasters, expand this border over here, shrink this down a little bit, and then put something there.
And granted, let's also say that, you know, we haven't been to other Six Flags parks.
Correct.
This is the only one. So we don't know. This might be, I know it's the biggest one in the chain. I've often heard that this is the best one in the chain, but is it the best? But is it the best because it's got the best coasters, or is it the best because it's the best decorated? It's the cleanest. So like, what is it?
That is one thing I will say. Whenever we were told,
hey, is that which John is that? Do you know?
It's the adult. Anyway,
it is. Hi, babe. The husband is joining.
When would the little one say that word?
Good evening, family. I don't know. He might. I don't know.
And then follow with what up? No.
Well, I don't know. He's strange. You never know what he might come up with.
He would do that, but not like that.
I'm assuming that the John Spencer in the chat is my husband, but I don't know because, yes, it is the hubby. So we got confirmation because John Spencer, the other John Spencer that shows up in the chat once in a while, is JJ, the son. So sometimes, and the other John Spencer that occasionally shows up can be Paul because he's usually on his dad's account. So sometimes we don't know, and I gotta double check these things.
Anyway, yeah, exactly.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just telling my husband to shut up. I'm sorry. People aren't knowing like what we're, unless they're watching the chat.
They can look at. They know you're talking about chat. No one just randomly. By the way, Six Flags looks like. Shut up! Shut it!
Hey, stop yelling. That hurts my ear. So. Well, but some people do that. Some people are nuts.
That's Tourette's.
And they just.
I don't know if that joke is okay for here, but I did it anyway.
You know, throwing stuff out there. So yeah. You know, but we do try to, when you guys are in chat, we do try to say hello and stuff like that in between our comments and stuff. So,
but the big thing,
we like to give those shout outs.
The big thing though for me is the characters. I really want.
Characters and
give me your phone.
And the
I'll Google search it so you don't.
And the background music. I need to open this door because.
But if I could have only one or the other, I would. Characters.
Yeah, I would say that's probably.
What?
Yeah, if I had to choose between, look, you can have better background music or you can have characters. I would take the characters as long as you're willing to turn down that background music. That's supposed to be in the background, not blaring in your dang ear.
They also have Tom and Jerry, Harry Potter, Thundercats, Happy Feet. Like those
They have Harry Potter?
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But
well, of course they have Tom and Jerry, but
Happy Feet, that's a big one for the kids. That's probably better than some of the Looney Tunes.
Well, and that would be cute for Holiday in the Park.
Yeah, that would be perfect for Holiday in the Park.
Right, that would be really cute.
Like
especially over in that kids area. They have that huge stage.
I feel like they just don't. Either they don't know how to, or they're too afraid to use their assets properly.
No, Tigger.
I knew we shouldn't have opened that door.
Tigger.
I hate
No.
leaving that door open.
Well, I needed the air. Come here, Tigger.
Oh.
Meow.
Whatever. But yeah, there are certain things.
You stay up there, boy.
That really elude me with them.
Tigger was trying to walk out the door. Oh, John says Thundercats.
Yes, because I said Thundercat. I saw the comment.
Tigger was trying to walk out the door. I opened the door and he decided to go try to walk out. So I guess when we can't leave that door open. Hi, Tigger.
I don't know if you know Merry Melodies, but apparently they have them. They own
I don't know
Lego.
what that is.
They own Lego, and
Oh,
they're
really?
not using Lego.
But there's Legoland, so I don't know if they can use it in a theme park. Like, you have to understand the licensing for some of these
That's
things.
true. But Godzilla, The Matrix, like The Conjuring. Conjuring would be perfect for Fright Fest. And you're not using your properties?
Yeah,
'Cause-
I mean, it would be...
Come on, guys. Rocky.
All right, see you, babe.
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, Tigger. Bye, Tigger. Oh, bye, Tigger. Oh.
It's just,
Tigger's not leaving. He's right up here now. He's right back there. See, there he is. He's over there.
oh, I guess they specifically own the Lego DC. So that's like a sub thing. That would still be huge for kids, and you're not tapping into
But-
your market.
But Lego may not allow them to
Still.
use it in the parks. Like, there are
Yeah.
different contracts for
I hear
using them in the parks. Like, because when Disney bought... What did they buy that they got Marvel? Okay, so they bought Marvel. And they cannot use Marvel in their
Well, that's only until
their Florida parks
Yeah.
because they are contracted out to Universal.
Yeah, but that's just once that contract's over.
But
that's another
guess
story.
what? They can use Marvel in Disneyland,
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
which
That-
is really
but
interesting to me.
that's a little more complicated because they're already contracted out to Universal when Disney bought them.
Right.
So that's a whole loophole. However, Mad Max, they own Mad Max. Again, perfect for Fright Fest.
Well, I don't know. Like, that's
Pacific
something
Rim.
that I don't know that kind of stuff. Like, why
Oceans,
don't they
Scooby-Doo, Gremlins,
All right, babe.
Lethal Weapon. I didn't even remember this. They own Friday the 13th. And that's
I would love to see Freddy Krueger at Fright Fest.
I would love to see Jason. Because
Yeah.
they own him too.
Well, wait, do they own Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yes. Yeah, that was
Oh,
actually
come on.
They also own it.
Bring in the IP. Bring in the
They
IP.
own it. These
So-
are all IP that work to your advantage.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't use...
And by the way, if they came
There's
out...
got to be a reason for
Well,
that.
no, there doesn't have to be because they don't use the DC stuff and they've shown that they can.
Yeah, I don't know. There must be some sort of reason for
No,
that. That's something
the reason
that...
is that they are
Try
not
my phone.
they are not confident in themselves.
I don't think so.
I
There's gotta
do.
be...
I don't think they are confident. And if they took that risk of adding in characters that people cared about, not that people don't care about the Looney Tunes, but it's more childish. The park isn't as PG friendly as you like to think it is. I'm gonna have an aneurysm talking about this topic, but it's almost heartbreaking because you have so much unbelievable potential. I can understand with some of those properties like Lego, maybe you can't do them, but you cannot tell me that every single last one of those properties you cannot use. You can't tell me that because you use DC and you don't use them. So I can't believe that. And you use the Mortal Kombat music, so I would assume that means you're able to use the characters. It's, again, because it's owned by your parent company. And those characters are not used in any other theme park. They're like, help me help you. You know? You could be a Disney competitor if you actually tried. You gotta take some risks along the way. But that's part of the that's part of the business. That's part of every business. You gotta take risks. Now, hey, you might not want to take the risks I'm giving, but you've already taken them. You've seen that they work. So why not do it? You know, like, just pull the trigger. Or somebody else will pull the trigger and put you out of business. There's just you give me more questions than you could ever answer.
I think it would just be nice to see something fresh come to the parks in the way of character interactions and things like that.
Just anything. Give me anything. I will take Jason for Fright Fest. Cool. I never see him again.
It
Bye.
would really, it would really, really be cool if they integrated some of their horror properties into Fright Fest. That would be really
integrate
cool.
all your properties into the park.
Yeah. But even if you just started there, just
start there.
Start small. Start small. That would be really cool.
Then again, I would argue, don't start it in Fright Fest. Start it outside of Fright Fest and work it in. Because here's the thing.
Maybe.
You already have characters in Fright Fest. It's polluted with that. If you get rid of them for properties, all of a sudden people are a little on edge because now their favorite part of the park is gone and there's nothing outside of it. So if you start outside in, people have time to warm up to it and they see it coming. That having been said, somebody help me and just please, Six Flags. I love you.
Yeah.
But you're garbage.
Oh, I forgot to check my stuff.
And I love your garbage. But try harder.
Yeah, well, I mean, and I think we gotta, especially for Great Adventure, this year, all the resources are going into Jersey Devil Coaster, which I do want we want to start wrapping this up, so let's...
What, you're doing that, never mind.
So,
I was gonna say one last Google search, see if any of the other Six Flags parks use those characters.
No, they don't. So, speaking of Jersey Devil Coaster, when that's getting ready when that is getting ready to open up, we are going to have a couple of really good podcasts. The one being probably say the week before it opens, we're going to do a whole Jersey Devil legend history lesson, basically here on the podcast. And I've got some ideas of how we're going to make that work. I will probably need you for that, to do some fancy footwork here while we're live. But that's something for us to discuss. So we will definitely, before they open, we will be doing a whole history lesson on that. And then when they do open, we are going to give you guys our full review and all of our thoughts. So I think that is going to do it.
Oh, also, one more thing.
I'm getting really tired of talking.
one more thing. Huge props for keeping the churros around. Because seriously, those are the best things.
Well, they've always been around. It's just that they've been in different places.
But those are the best things that you guys have ever offered as food product.
Huh?
And let me tell you, it's...
food product.
Yes. And let me tell you, it's just my favorite thing in the park. So anyway, yeah. We wanted to unwind. It's been a pleasure, guys. We always love seeing you guys around. And
okay.
Yeah. Make sure you like, subscribe, smash the bell.
Let me do my podcast outro.
Which I don't think we said at the beginning.
We did say it. We most certainly did.
Okay.
So that is going to do it for another podcast. We do hope that you enjoyed it. We will be back again next Thursday at 7:30-ish. I like to put in the ish. Don't forget to subscribe, like Dan started to say, and like I said in the beginning, we're getting there. We've got 166 subscribers the last time I checked.
I thought you were going to say 160,000. I'm like,
166.
You somehow messed up your math.
So, really excited about that. So keep it going. Keep sharing our videos. Keep sharing those vlogs. Comment, chat with us. And next week we will probably also share some comments that we've gotten recently on videos. Even though I answer them at the time, sometimes I like to share those on the podcast as well. So that's going to do it, guys. We're going to see you next week.